It is one of the biggest medical mysteries here in Northeast Ohio and across the nation. Why are more and more young people, particularly millennials and Gen Z, being diagnosed with cancers of all forms?
As Fox 8's Jennifer Jordan reports, researchers at the Cleveland Clinic are taking a deep dive in search for answers.
Danielle Pizzuro of Independence has a nurturing spirit when it comes to her plants. It's even stronger for her husband and 3 young children. The stay-at-home mom and PTO vice president at her kids' school is also the epitome of health.
I don't eat candy. I'm very health conscious when it comes to my kids and what I put on the table for them. We don't eat out a lot. I'm not a fast food person.
But back in April, the then 38-year-old would notice a change in her body.
I actually had like a sore, what felt like a sore muscle on the side. And it had been sore for a couple of days, didn't think anything about it.
Not that concerned, since Danielle says she wasn't aware of any family history of cancer.
You know, a week later, when I was like, this shouldn't be a sore muscle anymore. So I just started feeling around to find this sore muscle, and I ended up finding the lump instead.
A mammogram, then ultrasound, would ultimately reveal bad news. It was breast cancer, and it was aggressive. Triple-negative invasive ductal carcinoma.
I have no family history of breast cancer. There's no way.
It is an alarming mystery that is continuing to capture the attention of medical investigators around the world and here at home. Why are a growing number of young people under the age of 50 being diagnosed with various forms of cancer?
In October, Fox 8 profiled a Shaker Heights wife and mother of 2 diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 45. Her wife also diagnosed years prior at age 26. We also introduced you to a woman in Akron diagnosed at 22 with thyroid cancer during her first trimester of pregnancy. Women and men in the prime of their lives being diagnosed with potentially deadly cancers, no rhyme or reason found.
There's not one answer. There's multiple answers, and something we're actively studying, and we have many different approaches to how to study this.
Dr. David Liska is the chairman of the Department of Colorectal Surgery at the Cleveland Clinic and says while it is a global trend, it's more pronounced in the United States.
It's something that we studied recently, our team here at the Cleveland Clinic at our Center for Young Onset Colorectal Cancer, where we looked specifically at colorectal cancer, and we looked at some hot spots and cold spots in the United States. And one area was the Southeast, with a very high incidence of increase of young onset colorectal cancer, but the Great Lakes area was another one of those areas that showed up as a hotspot for colorectal cancer.
A recent study published in BMJ Oncology predicts cancers for young people 50 and younger will increase by 30% globally from 2019 to 2030, with colorectal and breast cancers at the top. With no single smoking gun, researchers say obvious reasons may include obesity, highly processed foods, smoking, and sedentary lifestyles. But Dr. Liska says research at the clinic is already producing some promising leads, zeroing in on immune systems and the gut.
The microbiome are the collection of bacteria that live in our gut and have been shown to can affect many different types of diseases, but also colorectal cancer. And we found when we looked at young people of cancer and older people of cancer, we found that the microbiome, meaning the collection of bacteria in our guts, are different in young people of cancer versus old people of cancer. So that was one of the clues that maybe it is related to the microbiome.
For the first time in years, Danielle will not be hosting Thanksgiving dinner. After undergoing 6 months of chemo and immunotherapy, this holiday season, she will be recovering from a double mastectomy.
I feel so sad when I find out another young person like myself was diagnosed with cancer, and then it makes me think, why?
The 39-year-old nurturer by nature, now a statistic.
It is about me, but it's not at the same time. It's about my family. It's about my husband. It's about continuing our life and continuing the kids' sports and loving them and being there. So I will do whatever it takes to be here for them.
In Cleveland, Jennifer Jordan, Fox 8 News.
Jennifer, thank you for sharing her story. And doctors say if a first-degree relative is diagnosed with colon or breast cancer,
say age 45, that you should get a colonoscopy or mammogram beginning at age 35.